third episode of Chat GDB. I am Janvi Mukherjee, a senior school student of GD Birla Center for Education. Today, we bring forth another set of insights and strategies for tackling the forthcoming ISC and ICSE examinations. We have with us our senior school chemistry teachers, Ma'am Alokananda Das and Sir Abharendranath Mujumdar. Welcome, Ma'am and Sir. So, with the board examinations just knocking at our doors, what do you think would be the advices and strategies you would give to our seniors and juniors for the examinations?
Janvi, what do you think are the areas of concern of the students in chemistry?
So I think the students are mostly concerned about the numericals in physical chemistry and the reactions of organic chemistry.
Okay, Sir will guide you first regarding physical chemistry and then I will guide you regarding organic chemistry.
Well, in physical chemistry, students are mostly worried about the numericals. So I would like to give you some tips. First of all, you will write the formula before doing the substitution. And secondly, you must write the units. Without unit or wrong unit, marks would be deducted.
So students are also concerned about graph-based question and the representation of EMF cells. How would you guide them there?
First of all, to represent an EMF cell, I would like to give you a shortcut method. That is ABC method. A stands for anode, B stands for bridge, and C stands for cathode. So if you remember, you will never make any mistake. First write anode, followed by bridge, and then cathode. Also from graph-based questions, you must put stress on log K versus 1 by T graph in chemical kinetics and also practice the graphs from Debye-Huckel and Onsager equations.
Now, ma'am, would you like giving us some essential tips about organic chemistry?
Yes, organic chemistry, first and foremost, the children have to learn all the name reactions which are within the scope of their syllabus. Now, while learning your name reactions, children, you should remember to put the necessary conditions and you should also write all the products, not only the main product. Now, suppose you have written all the products, you have written the conditions, but you have not balanced your equation. Then ultimately you get no marks for that equation. So balancing of the name reactions is very, very important.
Apart from balanced chemical reactions, what other suggestions would you give to the students regarding organic chemistry?
Regarding organic chemistry, one is identification of structures. Now, while you are identifying the structure, you will draw the structure as well as you will also write the name of the structure. Because in the examination situation, you are tensed, you may forget to put the circle inside the benzene ring. But if you have written the name of the structure, you do not miss your marks there. Secondly, you will also get certain questions, that is distinction type of questions. When you are distinguishing between two compounds, you will always write the chemical test, the reactants you are using for distinction, and the color change which is taking place. Other than this, you will also write the negative test for distinction. So, you have to keep in mind that the writing that compound B does not respond to this test is equally important. And when you are writing your equations, you have to remember certain tricks like aldol condensation and Cannizzaro. Both are happening with aldehydes. So you have to remember here that for Cannizzaro, it starts with C. So in this case, you are using concentrated NaOH. Aldol, you are using dilute NaOH. For Rosenmann's reduction, you have to use molecular hydrogen. For Clemenson's reduction, you have to use nascent hydrogen. So all the small tips, temperature difference giving rise to different products, should be kept in mind for organic chemistry.
Now, sir, regarding coordination compounds, do you have any tips for our seniors?
Yes, of course. In coordination compounds, first of all, the nomenclature part. While you are writing the nomenclature, you must give a space between cation and anions. Also, you must take care about the spelling of the ligands. If there is an error in the spelling, then definitely marks would be deducted. And not only that, while you are writing the nomenclature at the end, you must mention the correct oxidation state. Unless you mention the correct oxidation state, the whole nomenclature would be wrong. And apart from this nomenclature, there is also another important part about the geometry and hybridization of the compounds. Here I would like to give you a shortcut method to remember the hybridization. Suppose the compound has 6 ligands, which is called hexa-coordinated complex. Regardless the hybridization, the geometry would be octahedral always. And for tetrahedral complexes, tetra-coordinated complexes, the hybridization, whatever the hybridization is, the geometry would be either tetrahedral or square planar. Now students easily they can differentiate between the strong field and weak field ligands, and accordingly they can decide if the complex is inner orbital or outer orbital complex. If all ligands are strong field or a mixture of strong field and weak field ligand, then the complex would be always inner orbital complex. Accordingly, if the ligands are only weak field, then the complex would be outer orbital complex.
Thank you, sir. And now, ma'am, what are your tips for inorganic chemistry?
Other than coordination chemistry, in inorganic chemistry, you have D and F block elements. So in D and F block elements, you are going to study the electronic configuration of these elements, and from here you will get CBQ type of questions. That means case-based questions which have been introduced now newly in the ISC Council exams. Now from here you will also learn about the lanthanoid contraction and about DD transition, FF transitions. Other than this, you will learn how to write balanced equations from these DNA block elements which are within the scope of your syllabus. So if you do this, I think you will cover most of inorganic chemistry, isn't it, sir?
Yes.
So I hope our seniors have got some valuable insights about their ISC examinations. Now, let's move into ICSE examinations. So teachers, do you have any suggestions for ICSE examinations?
Of course. For ICSE, mostly students are worried about the chapters mole concept and organic chemistry once again. So in mole concept, before we come to mole concept, we will give you some insights about bonding. In bonding, only two things we will stress upon: coordinate bonding. They will either draw the electrons or they will give the arrow. They will put the third bracket, they will put the positive sign. Secondly, when we are coming to mole concepts, you will have to remember the Gay-Lussac's law, numericals related to Gay-Lussac's law. Coming to Avogadro's law, the concept of mole should be clear. You have to remember how to relate your mole with the molecular weight of the substance, with the number of molecules present in 1 mole, and with the volume occupied by 1 mole. Other than this, in mole concept, it is empirical formula, molecular formula, and simple sums based on stoichiometry. Now, sir will guide you regarding organic chemistry.
Well, regarding organic chemistry, the first and foremost thing is IUPAC nomenclature. Here students are asked to draw the structure of the compound. You must keep in mind that only displayed formulae are accepted by council. So don't give any condensed structure. And apart from the nomenclature and structure, like ma'am said earlier for ISC, here also balanced equation, while you are writing the balanced equation, you must write the complete balanced equation as well as with all the side products. Without side product or incomplete balanced equation will not be accepted. Also you mention the conditions. Suppose for dehydration of alcohol to prepare alkene, the temperature is 170 degrees Celsius, that must be mentioned. And apart from organic chemistry, another important point which I would like to draw your attention regarding observation type of questions. Mostly students are writing the equations instead of giving the correct observation, and that is not accepted by council. while you are answering the observation type of questions, you must mention the visible changes.
I hope our both students have benefited from this session. Now, teachers, lastly, what is your message to the students?
Stay self-disciplined, self-motivated, study hard, study smart.
Keep your cool and do your best. All the best.
This was truly an insightful session. With that, we bring an end to the third episode of Chat GDB. Our next episode will feature our senior biology teachers sharing valuable tips for ISC as well as ICSE examinations. So stay tuned and follow our special series for board examinations 2025. This is Chat GDB.